Buenos días, estudiantes. We are going to have a quick review of nouns. And I know that we went over this not too long ago, but let's have a just a quick recap. Okay, so remember that nouns are people, places, or things. Just like in English. So it's either a person, it's a place, or a thing. And remember, in Spanish, nouns are always either going to be masculine or feminine, and remember we always refer to that as their gender. Okay, so nouns have a gender. They're either going to be masculine or feminine. And remember in Spanish, nouns that usually end in A are feminine, and nouns that end in an O, are usually masculine. That looks like, I don't know what that looks like. Let's try it again. Oh, there we go. Let's scratch this one out. Okay, so nouns that end in an O are typically masculine. Okay, remember too that nouns can either be singular, meaning just one, or they can be more than one. They can be plural. And remember, that refers to their number. So just remember that nouns have gender, and they also have number. So let's look at some examples. Remember the girl, la chica, la chica. That's how you say the girl. And we can tell by the fact that it ends in an A that it's going to be feminine. Okay? And it does not have an S on the end, so it's going to be singular. So right over here I put F for feminine and S for singular. Now let's look at the next one. Libro, el libro. That means the book. Well, it ends in an O, so that means it's going to be masculine. And there's no S, so that means it's going to be singular. So that's why over here I put M for masculine and S for singular, so you get the book. And remember, L is the masculine singular way to say the, and la is the feminine singular way to say the. And remember, if I wanted to make them plural, la becomes las, and L becomes los. But we're not going to be looking at plurals on this lesson. We'll review that again on a different day. So let's move on. Okay, so now we get to open up this great new world of adjectives. And remember that adjectives describe something or someone. So it can be something or someone. So let me read this to you. In Spanish, of course, because this is not your Japanese class, adjectives must match the noun that they are describing. And they have to match them in number, which we just talked about, would be either singular or plural. And they have to match them in gender, which is going to be masculine or feminine. Okay, those are your two options. Okay, so let's look at some adjectives. Now, when you look up an adjective in the dictionary, it's always going to give you the masculine form. That's why all these always end in an O. Okay, so they'll always give you the masculine singular form. So it's up to you to alter it to fit your needs or your sentence. So let's look at this first example. The girl is pretty. The girl is pretty. Remember in Spanish to say someone is something, we use es. That's our verb is. So let's look up here. Well, first of all, the girl, la chica. Well, we know chica is feminine because it ends in an A. Let's put an F right there for feminine. And there's no S. It's not chicas. And la is singular too. So we know that chica is singular. So it's feminine and singular. So that means our our adjective has to be singular and feminine. So we changed it from bonito. We had to make it feminine, so it changed to bonita. And we did not need to add an S because it's singular. Okay, that's where we got bonita. So see, your adjective, bonita, has to match the noun, chica, that it's describing. Pretty describes the girl. The girl is feminine singular, so your adjective, bonita, has to be singular and feminine. Okay, so let's look at the boy is tall. The boy is tall. Okay, so the boy, el chico, well, ends in an O, so you know that's masculine, and there's no S, so that means it's singular. So let's write an S for singular. that's an S, okay? That means your adjective over here, alto, it has to be in the singular masculine form. And luckily, look up here, alto comes masculine and singular already, so we don't have to change anything. It's already masculine because it ends in an O, and there's no S, so it's already singular, so we're good to go. Chico is masculine and singular. Alto is masculine and singular. If they match, we're good. Okay, it's all about matching. Let's look at a couple more examples. Marco is tall. So we'd say Marco. Now Marco is a boy, and that would mean it's masculine. Okay, and also there's no S. It's not Marco's. Marco is only one person, as far as we know. So it's going to be singular. Okay, so if I want to say Marco is tall, my adjective is alto. Okay, when I look up how to say tall. Now, that means I'm going to need the masculine and singular form of alto, which fortunately, it comes that way already. So that's easy, easy peasy. Okay? Now, what if I wanted to say, but do you see how this Marco matches alto? Alto is masculine and singular. Marco is masculine and singular. Now, what if I want to talk about his sister Maria? Maria is a girl. She is feminine, okay, and it's singular. And it's, boy, that's a weird S. Okay, feminine and singular for Maria. So Maria, her adjective tall has to be feminine, and it has to be singular. So you have to change that O to an A to make it feminine, to make it match. Okay, so you're going to get Maria es alta. Alta. So for Marco, it had to be masculine and singular, but for Maria, because she's a girl, and she's just one person, it had to be alta, with a feminine A and no S. Okay, now what if I have more than one adjective that I'm using? Well, let's take a look at that. If you have more than one adjective, you still have to make both of them agree. Say here I have Maria is tall and pretty, okay? So tall is going to have to match Maria, and pretty is going to have to match Maria, okay? So you get Maria es alta, y, remember this is how you say and, bonita, okay? So let's look at this. Remember, Maria is feminine and singular, so alta has to be feminine and singular. So I changed it from alto to alta. And bonito is your original word for pretty. Let me write it over here. It looks like bonnet, but it really isn't. It's pretty. You could think of it as the pretty bonnet. Okay, bonito is the original adjective, and it comes in the masculine singular form. So I had to change that O to an A because Maria is feminine. Okay? So, bonita has to be feminine and singular because Maria is feminine and singular. Alto has to be alta, which is feminine and singular because Maria is feminine and singular. So everything is all about matching. Okay, so let's move on to a different little rule. Let me change colors real quick. Okay, adjectives that end in an E, because a lot of them, well, some do, not all of them, but some of them do. If an adjective ends in an E, that means it describes both masculine and feminine nouns, okay? So, an adjective like patient, like he's a patient person, ends in an E, okay? Now, if it ends in an E, that means you can't change it to an A, you can't change it to an O, it has to stay an E. But the only thing you can change on here is you can add an S to make it plural, but you cannot change it to an A or an O. It has to stay the E. If you see the E, let it be. That'll be our new saying. If you see the E, let it be, okay? So that's patient. Let's look over here at intelligent. It also ends in an E. See the E, let it be. All you can do, if you want to, at some point if you need to, is just add an S, but we're not doing plurals right now. So we're just going to focus on just the fact that it's a noun, an adjective that ends in an E. So let's look at some examples. Maria, who's a girl, she's tall, so alta is her feminine adjective because she's feminine and it's singular. So Maria is tall and she's patient, okay? Now notice since it ends in an E, I don't change it to an A. I have to just leave it alone. See the E? Let it be, okay? Now notice, for Marco, alto has to be in the O form because alto has to either change to an A or keep its O. So Marco is alto. So alto is singular and masculine, just like Marco. We can change an O to an A, but we don't need to because it's already in its masculine form. But look here, he's also patient. It ends in an E. What am I going to do? Nothing. You don't have to do anything because patient, when it ends in an E, can go with feminine nouns or it can describe masculine nouns. So we're good. Okay? We're very, very good. So let's put a big check over here. We are good. How about a check plus? There we go. Okay. Now, I just wanted to recap or review this, that adjectives that end in an E can still be plural and you would just add an S, but we'll practice that on our next video assignment. Okay, now here's just one more page, some little picky rules, okay? So adjectives that end in DOR, door, in Spanish, are always masculine, okay? So if it ends in door, it's masculine. Now, if you want to change it to feminine, you can add an A to the end of that, and you would get the end of your noun, the end of your adjective would be dora, and that would make it feminine. So let me show you an example. Hard worker in Spanish, it comes this way, trabajador, okay? It's an adjective meaning someone's a hard worker. Okay, since it ends in a door, right here, that means it's masculine, okay? But, if I want to make it feminine, all I have to do is add this A, and that makes it feminine, okay? Very easy. So this is nice because you just add the A. Trabajador is masculine. Trabajadora is feminine. Just remember Dora, like Dora the Explorer. She's feminine because she's a girl. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so let's look at an example. Juan, which you know is a boy's name. Juan es trabajador. Trabajador. It means Juan is a hard worker, okay? So this adjective is in its masculine singular form, which is what I need because Juan is masculine and singular, and trabajador is masculine and singular. So I'm all matched up. I'm good. It all equals out. Now how about Ana? Let's look at Ana. Ana es trabajadora. So remember we had to add an A onto the end of that adjective, so we got dora. Ana es trabajadora. That means Anna is a hard worker. So, Ana is feminine and singular. So, trabajador had to change and become feminine and singular also. So, we're all matched up, so we're good. Another check, plus. Okay, now we're almost finished, so hang in there with me. Let's change colors real quick. Okay, watch out. Here's your little warning. Ding, 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 ding. Some adjectives, and not very many, that end in an A, some of them actually come that way. Instead of coming in the masculine singular form, like 99.3% of all of them, some of them come with an A on the end, and they're used for both masculine and feminine adjectives to describe masculine and feminine nouns. Okay, so the only way we can remember those is by memorizing them. And there's not that many of them, but you do have to memorize them. That's why I put this little sad guy down here. Give him a little tongue hanging out. He was sad about memorizing. So, here's an example. The way we say sports-minded in Spanish is deportista. So you're going to use this for masculine nouns and also for feminine nouns, for both of them. So if I wanted to say Paco is sports-minded, it would be Paco es deportista, even though it ends in an A. And if I want to say Maria is sports-minded, I would say Maria es deportista. They both would end in an A. So, there's not many of them, and I will get you a list. I'll find some more, and we will memorize them together, and we will have great fun. So, I think, yep, that's all we have for this afternoon. So, just watch this as many times as you need to, And let's see, next thing I want you to do, of course, is go down to your lesson assignment, and I think I have a handout that I made for you to do for class tomorrow. So make sure you do that, and also check out the reference section for links. So I hope you all have a great evening, and I will see you next time in class. Hasta luego!